Well, they say it's more than a football club. Tonight, dare I say, it's more than a football match. They say you shouldn't mix sport with politics, but in come next month they're having regional elections and they're using this as pretty much a party political broadcast tonight. Absolutely breathtaking, Jerry, isn't it?
I have to say, Rob, the atmosphere is absolutely unbelievable, and not that we're surprised. You know, it's a massive game, but I've never come into a Clásico where there's been such a big gap at such an early stage of the season. 8 points is the gap between the two clubs. 100% record for Barcelona, home and away, in terms of league points. Real Madrid just started to hit form in the last couple of games. I think we're in for a real thriller tonight, and there's no way that we're not going to see goals tonight.
Will their football be as well choreographed as the flag they formed inside the stadium? There are some Real supporters here up on the top balcony. 660 away fans, that's all that have made the journey from the capital.
Was Mesut Ozil meditating there?
The referee tonight with the most difficult job in world football is Senor Delgado Ferrero. He'll be aware in the last 6 La Liga matches between these sides there have been 4 red cards. In fact, earlier in the season, of course, when they met in the Spanish Super Cup, maybe the turning point was when Adriano was sent off. But Real's discipline has been good. They haven't had a player sent off since last March in La Liga. Meanwhile, Barcelona have had 2 sent off this season. Barcelona gambling. Valdez doesn't have a recognised back four. They haven't had the same back four, a central defensive pairing in any game this season. No Piqué, no Puyol. Abidal still on the recovery path. The surprise is that Adriano is selected. Cristiano Ronaldo could have an absolute field day against that. When it comes to the Real Madrid team, it's 10 of the 11 that played here last season, 10 of the 11 that played here the season before.
They were contrasting results, I would say, Rob. 2-1 they won last season. Season before they were drubbed 5-0.
Sit back, go nowhere, take the phone off the hook, put your feet up, get yourself a glass of beer or a glass of wine and prepare yourself for an absolute treat. 2 giants of world football go into the ring to do battle. Well, last season, remember, we had a goal after 22 seconds. We're not going to get that tonight, but it's off to a flyer.
It is, and I was just waiting to see how they were going to line up and, you know, where Adriano was going to play. And Adriano has slotted in alongside Mascherano at the back. And that's a big surprise for me. I thought maybe Busquets was going to drop in there and Adriano would play in midfield, but not so.
Well, somebody asked me recently, are they missing Pep Guardiola as manager? Well, I'll give you a stat. They've played 10 games under the new guy. They've won 9 of them. They've won every game so far in La Liga, 6 out of 6. If they win tonight, it'll be the best start of a Barcelona season ever. And the previous managers who've got off to a flyer like this, Johan Cruyff, Louis van Gaal, have gone on to win the league. And Pep Guardiola, of course, let's not forget him.
Yeah.
Ramos going in heavy with the challenge. And he's been sent off twice in El Clásicos. But what do you make of this team selection? Adriano nominally in as a centre-back. Where they're lining up at the moment, Jerry, they're a back 2.
Yeah. Well, there he is, there's Adriano, and he's playing in as a centre-half. He's not the tallest centre-half. He's probably a bit shorter than Mascherano as well. He's got 2 midfield players basically playing at centre-back, but I think it's all about keeping the ball and getting at this Real Madrid defence, and here we go.
Ball is won by Fabregas, threading it through to Xavi. Xavi playing it back to Lionel Messi, who threads through the footballing landmines. Well, it's 23 degrees at kick-off time. The forecast is for rain. The forecast is for a glut of goals here tonight. Mind you, for once, neither Cristiano Ronaldo nor Lionel Messi is the leading scorer in La Liga. That's Falcao, of course, and that's the next game coming up.
He's got some stats as well, Falcao. I think it's a goal every 51 minutes. Messi's a goal every 80 minutes, and Ronaldo's, I think, every 87, 88 minutes. So,
well, here go Barcelona. Total attack, total football. Sometimes they call it a game of footballing chess. That's down to the tactics, but there's nothing chess-like about this. It's like NBA basketball, up and at 'em. A rip-roaring start to the game. Barcelona effectively playing without a defence. You can't call Mascherano a recognised centre-half. Adriano's never played there. Dani Alves is on the team sheet as a right-back, but it's about the only time he's ever there. And Alba is nominally a left-back, but see how many times he's back in his own half.
yeah, but if they win this match tonight, they'll be saying Tito Villanova is a genius, you know, for coming up with this formation.
And I'll tell you what, they normally say in Madrid that Jose Mourinho's a genius anyway.
And Dani Alves adjudged to foul Cristiano Ronaldo, much to the displeasure of the fans. Well, he looked like he got a part of the ball there.
And Cristiano Ronaldo's 6 goals in his last 7 matches against Barcelona. He scored a record equaling 5 goals in 5 Clásicos. If he scores tonight, then he would set a record. You're watching history in the making between these two clubs. The 222nd game between them. Over the years, Barca have lost 1 more.
It was almost
down the right-hand side. He's the only Barcelona player who's not taken part in a Liga Clásico before, Jordi Alba.
He does like to get forward. Very pacey, Jordi Alba. But wasn't quick enough to get that one.
There is Marcelo keeping Bertrand out of the side. He's been in brilliant form in recent weeks, the Brazilian left full-back. Let's hope the players are on their best behaviour tonight. At times it has been a footballing pantomime. Mourinho poking Tito in the eye a couple of years ago. Quite often there's a red card that turns the game. It's all very friendly in the tunnel before the game, and of course most of the players know each other from international duty. Di Maria. Adriano anticipates, but a nervous pass from the emergency centre-half. Benzema. Marcelo screaming for the ball on this near side of the field, but they rain the shots in. Maybe trying to catch out Victor Valdez. Di Maria, who came on and changed the Super Cup, didn't he?
He did. He's very pacey, and you're right, Benzema's gone right, and Marcelo was totally unmarked on the left-hand side, screaming for the pass to be made. And Jose Mourinho taking notes, while Tito Villanova looks pretty composed, standing in front of the dugout.
He normally tells his players to go out there and scrap Mourinho. The 13 games between the sides since he's taken over, there have been 10 red cards. But he's been cool and dignified this week. The message he wanted to get over before this game he trusts his players now. He believes they've changed their mentality from the early weeks of the season when he said they'd lost their focus. Benzema clipped by Adriano.
Good tackle. Not only did he win the ball, but he won the throw-in as well.
Jordi Alba. There's Pepe. Marcelo. Wonderful run here. Oh, it was onside as well from Ozil. Maybe a surprise inclusion. There's no starting place for Modric.
I agree, Robbie. Was a bit of a surprise for me. He's not hit the form that we saw from last season. He's a great player, but he hasn't been playing, I think, as well as he can do. I think Mourinho's actually said that to him when he substituted him at half-time last week. But he's got the nod over Modric.
Yes, Ronaldo put out by Adriano, who's been the busiest of all of the players in the opening 7.5 minutes.
Sami Khedira made a very good run.
Xabi Alonso. Anticipated by Pedro. Now Xavi to Pedro. The Spanish internationals combine. Messi left the ball, but others were not reading his intentions. Now Marcelo. He's got off to a breathtaking start. Ozil holds the ball off. There's a whistle, but it's not from the referee. It was a phantom whistle from the crowd. Or maybe from one of the benches. Here's Messi. Rides the challenges brilliantly in his own time. Fabregas. Alba makes the move. Fabregas trying to choose the right pass. Pepe with an unconvincing header away. Ramos back in the centre of defence after his recent game on the right-hand side.
There's lots of little trials and tribulations going on. It's good to see Cesc Fabregas in the side as well. Starting to find form, scoring goals. It's 3 goals in his last 2 games for Cesc. And that will improve his confidence, no doubt, in front of goal. Some loose passing, though.
Here is Ozil. Ronaldo on the train tracks, trying to get inside Mascherano, but Mascherano's reading of the situation was excellent. Khedira, he's been brilliant recently to his German international Ozil, but a fine tackle though by Alves. Now Messi. Clipped by Ramos. Referee makes a mental note of that one. Iniesta back in the team. Hasn't started in the last 5 games. Another one of the risks taken by Tito Villanova. Alexis is left out of the starting 11. Iniesta is in. Both managers going for experience of Clásicos. Here is Pedro. Alves. Low and hard is the ball that he has to play. They don't have height in attack, Barcelona, but they have brilliance on the ground. This is Iniesta up against Arbeloa, driving inside, willing them to foul him. But it's good, very cool-headed defending by Real Madrid. Di Maria. All fired up.
Yeah, you still see there's a little bit of nervousness about them. Their final pass has let quite a few of the players down in the opening 10 minutes, but it's not as frantic as I thought it might well be. I thought maybe there would be a lot more pressing from Real Madrid, but it's just starting to settle into a pattern. Oh, good touch.
Fantastic skills by Fabregas. Wonderful ball. Fabregas in on the blind side of the Real defence. Messi takes up residence in the 6-yard box. Pepe intercepts. Now Di Maria driving out of defence.
There's a little bit of
protection from the referee.
A bit of a tug back, was there?
I don't think anybody in Spain is neutral about this game, apart from maybe Senor Delgado.
This is the full-back here.
It was a tip of the shirt, wasn't it, from Busquets, who was sent off in midweek in the Champions League, only his 2nd red card of his career.
I thought it was a little bit of a harsh sending off as well against Benfica.
His other sending off, by the way, of course, was against Real Madrid back in November 2009. In fact, I think I'm right in saying that the majority of the players here have had a red card at some time or other in a Clásico. Even Valdez there, the goalkeeper's been booked 3 times.
Yeah, I think Sergio Ramos holds the record in terms of who's been sent off the most. As they say, he's had previous.
Here's Xavi. He's played more games in Clásicos than any other Barcelona player. Messi. Now from Alba to Iniesta. Familiarity, of course, about the Barcelona side. 8 of the starting 11 have at some point come through the Barca La Masia, the club's academy. And then there's the likes of Piqué, who doesn't feature tonight, and Puyol as well. Xabi Alonso. Ozil. Ronaldo's roaming on the right, teasing cross from him. Benzema!
That's a
complete
chance.
miscue from the Frenchman.
That's a chance, real chance. He scored a sensational goal in the Champions League, but he's totally unmarked at the far post of the ball. Well, the ball could have been better passed for me, but you expect someone of Benzema, if he had realised he had time to control it and then hit the target. But that's a good opportunity. That's a heavy landing there.
There's a tough landing for Xabi Alonso, who's not one to ever show any signs of weakness.
He's landed heavily on the base of his spine. He's jumped here, have a look, and you can see he lands right on the base of the spine, and that hurt.
Horrible fall for the former Liverpool man. Only one man has made more passes in Spanish football this season completed than Xabi Alonso. That's Xavi Hernandez. Pepe. Arbeloa. Just clipped by his Spanish teammate Iniesta.
Good to see him back again. Andres Iniesta's been out, injured. Came on as a sub midweek against Benfica, and he is a quality player.
Marcelo. Ramos to Pepe. Oh, Pepe miscontrols. Fabregas was onto it in a flash, and the referee had to think long and hard about that, and then showed some sympathy to the Portuguese international central defender.
Well, he's made a mistake. First touch here is poor. He loses the ball. He gets caught then, and I think he nicks it a wee bit.
I don't doubt that his ankle is hurting a little bit, but I think it's his pride that he's really hurting, getting caught out so sloppily like that. Victor Valdez, 15 minutes gone. Neither goalkeeper has yet had to dirty their kit by flying to the ground.
Yeah, Benzema had to hit the target when he could have and should have. They might well be 1-0 up.
It's always interesting in these games watching the body language of the two coaches. Mourinho sits back on the bench. It's Villanova who's down there on the touchline, arms waving like an orchestra conductor. Ball over the top, Barcelona style. Pedro couldn't quite keep it in play.
He's pacey, Pedro, but that one just zipped off the surface a little bit. And Mascherano organising his back four. He's played a lot he's played a lot more games for Barcelona at centre back, I think, than he's played in midfield. He's become a permanent fixture there.
I think if you had to write on your passport occupation, you'd have to write centre-back these days. Busquets to the captain of Argentina, Mascherano. Xavi. And Triana. Over to Fabregas. Their managers are trying to promote their team's passing style of play. They always say it's the Barcelona way. And this is the real thing tonight against Real Madrid. Pedro to Lionel Messi. Messi tried to go through the legs of Khedira. Barcelona may well be the most lauded team in world football, but let's not forget that Real Madrid are the champions of Spain.
Absolutely.
Mourinho and his boys set all kinds of records last season. first team to 100 points. Even the Premier League record is 95, so they're way ahead. And they topped the league last season from round 16 to 38. This is only round 7 in La Liga. Real have some catching up to do, 8 points behind Barcelona. Well, you may notice that the volume has been raised inside the stadium significantly. The fans decided after 17 minutes and 14 seconds they would stage a political rally. They want their independence back in this part of the world. They lost it back in 1714 to King Philip.
Good history lesson, Rob.
Oh, that's my boy. He's studying Spanish politics at university. That was his message today. All right, what will go down in the history books at the Camp Nou tonight? It's the first corner of the game.
Well, I think there's lots of areas the match can be won. It's off the thigh, under the hand. It's outside the penalty area anyway, but corner kick, and this is an area of concern, I think, for Barcelona. Real Madrid have a lot of tall players, and I think Barcelona certainly are vulnerable from set plays.
Well, if it's a tale of the tape, this is where Real have the advantages. Ramos goes in there, and Free Henry came powering in, and nobody could stop it.
Well, that's two big misses for me. He's not hit the target. He's totally unmarked, Sergio Ramos. Coming in, attacks the ball, and he heads it wide. He can't believe he's headed it wide. I can't believe he's headed it wide. He is normally very, very good in those situations.
He charged his way to the head of the queue. Barcelona could be argued with slightly more possession. Real Madrid with the 3 chances of the game so far. Busquets gets caught daydreaming. They all dream about playing in this game, but they shouldn't be dreaming about it when they're in it.
Well, Arbeloa sprung the trap on Andres Iniesta, tried to nick it off him. The referee could possibly have let play continue.
It's the first Clásico experience for the referee tonight, Delgado Ferrero, and the Spanish press were making a lot of Mourinho and his analysis of the referee and wondering whether he was big enough for the game. Well, he's got through 20 minutes without any controversy or even a hint of a yellow card so far. Iniesta. Fabregas. Time and space here for Pedro. Loses Marcelo. Back to Fabregas. Tees up Iniesta. And there's a shot, but Casillas is happy to see that just sail casually over his bar.
Well, that would have been a nice way to introduce yourself. Pedro, I think, is one of the danger men tonight up against Marcelo. I think he can get a lot of joy there, particularly as I don't think Ronaldo will tuck back in and give him a little bit of double cover as we see the shot from Andres Iniesta. On the opposite flank, I think Arbeloa's lucky that he's got Di Maria, who will work hard back and try and make sure he doesn't get left with 2v1s.
Busquets. Little left by Fabregas. Iniesta. Funny, isn't it? They developed this false number 9 system at Barcelona. Here's Lionel Messi, the ultimate number 10. Tries to play it back, but great defending by Real Madrid. Arbeloa in the way, and Pepe finds the escape route. In fact, Pepe's gone to centre forward. Look at this. Talk about taking a risk. There goes Pepe, marauding like a rugby union forward. But Mascherano tracks him back, and Valdez prevents the corner.
Good cover. Well spotted.
And if you're a student of the game, this is the ultimate seminar.
And that was give and go from Pepe, and he certainly kept going.
Ramos. Marcelo. Great ball by Xabi Alonso. Nice take by Ozil. Now a test of the Barca defence. Marcelo's back flick. A bit of the momentum lost. Khedira. Benzema turns. Ronaldo! He's done it again! He always does it, it seems, against Barcelona. 6 games in a row he's scored against them now. The first man in Real Madrid colours to do that.
Cometh the art, cometh the man. Everybody else missed the target, but not Cristiano Ronaldo. What a fabulous piece of play though, Rob. The build-up was sensational. You know, looking out the right-hand side, lovely little outside turn from Karim Benzema, who tees it up, and it's poor defending. Dani Alves has got to do better than this. He's got to get a tackle in of some sort. He's got to be a little bit more productive. But it's poor defending from Barcelona and fantastic play from Real Madrid, and a wonderful and deserved, I think, opening goal for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, he minds that his style is in the Nou Camp, and in reality it did. Quarter of the game gone. First strike, Real Madrid.
Well, he scored the second goal here last season when they won 2-1. It turned out to be the winner, but they played fabulous football. And both these sides play brilliant football, but oh, that's a mistake.
Yes, and it's picked up by Ronaldo. He's just on form. Back-to-back hat-tricks he's scored, 2 this week. In fact, 7 goals in 7 days.
Certainly is. Hat-trick against Deportivo, a hat-trick against Ajax. And now he's got the opener in this one.
Valdez will be disappointed as well, Jerry. Or is it rule number 1 of goalkeeping? Don't get beaten at your near post.
Absolutely. Got his angles wrong.
Khedira. Ozil. Khedira checks his onside. Back to Ozil. Ozil, Benzema! Post to the rescue! They were let off the hook then, Barcelona. Khedira stormed in there, and both Benzema and Di Maria should have, could have, and should have scored.
They should have scored again, and it's just a football lesson they're getting at the moment. Passing and movement's brilliant, and I tell you what, I can't believe he's missed that. I cannot believe he's absolutely missed that, and Jose Mourinho can't believe it either. It's an open goal, and Karim Benzema should have scored.
Will it be a game-turning moment? 2-0. It's a long way back for Barcelona. They're riding their luck. They did that with the team selection. It's an attacking formation. Jerry. Barcelona have to attack. They've got to unleash this man, Messi. The referee maybe spotted a slight tug of the shirt there from Xabi Alonso.
Well, I think they have to attack Barcelona because they're not particularly good at defending. And certainly the lineup, the players they've selected, it's geared to going forward. And both the philosophies of both the clubs are the same. We can score more goals than the opposition. That's what makes it such a fantastic game tonight.
The Barcelona fans raise their voices.
That's a poor decision from the referee. He's won the ball cleanly there, Karim Benzema.
Pedro. Able to cross with left or right foot. Alves. Good strong tackle again by Alonso. Ronaldo, well, with his brilliance, he may not need support, but he waits for backup. He gets it from Ozil. Ozil does brilliantly. Well, up to a point. That's the kiss of death, wasn't it?
He still hasn't really got back to the form he was in last season, and looks like a problem with Dani Alves. Doesn't look too happy. Has he overstretched? He may well have overstretched.
Well, it's the curse of the Barcelona defenders at the moment. It's Montoya, the youngster who's preparing to come on.
He's a good player though, Montoya. Spanish under-21 international, and hardly missed that. He looks like he scooped it.
Well, Montoya's the youngster who got the last-minute call-up for the Spanish Super Cup. He was only making up the squad numbers, and then you may remember that Dani Alves was injured in the warm-up. Alves goes off, Montoya comes on, and, well, what do we make of this Barcelona defence now?
Well, he's got to take on Cristiano Ronaldo. That's his first task.
foul by Alonso. That's his second in quick succession. Xabi Alonso has to watch his step, and well, nobody wants to miss this game, but even a grown man like Dani Alves, it appears, is reduced to tears. He was caught short, a little goal for the goal as well, and if he's carrying an injury, he's shouldered the responsibility for that. Montoya slips in at right back.
I think there's more than him will shoulder responsibility for the goal. There's a lot of mistakes made. That's a poor header from Sami Khedira. It gives away a corner kick.
Amir Simons inside the camp there. You can see here Hiss ordering his defenders.
There's only one really tall player in this Barcelona side, and that's Sergio Busquets. But if you get someone with a flick on and the run's right.
Xavi's corner. Arriba. Away is the cry. Mascherano. First touch for Montoya. Played so well for the under-21s at the Euros in the summer of 2011 that he actually got a call up to the Spanish senior squad. Still only 21 years of age, but his second Clásico of the season in unexpected circumstances.
No, as I said before, Robbie is a good player. Dani Alves, I think, has pulled something, and he's not happy.
He was kicking the imaginary cat.
But he does like to get forward. Montoya is an attack-minded. He's got half-decent pace. But has he got the experience to handle Cristiano Ronaldo? And that's a big point.
It was his third season in the first team pool. And before this season, he'd only played a dozen games. Started 3 in La Liga last season, plus a Copa del Rey and a game against Bate Borisov in the Champions League. So very much a rookie. Xavi to Iniesta. Now Pedro blocked by Ramos. Pepe flies in there, Messi! It's Ronaldo 1, Messi 1! You can't separate these two.
Well, there's a lot of appealing going on with the Real Madrid players. I think they felt that Sergio Ramos was fouled, but Messi does what he does best. Sticks the ball in the back of the net. Now you know that goal from Ronaldo earlier put him top of the Pichichi charts alongside Falcao, and Messi has now levelled it, 7 goals apiece. This is a ball in from Pedro. It's bouncing around, and
well, Pepe just overcommitted himself, Jerry, didn't he?
He did.
Flew at the ball.
He's jumped too early. It's a mistake. It's a defender mistake. He's jumped far too early. And Messi picks up the pieces and sticks it in the back of the net.
And the two greatest footballers on this planet are equal. That is, by the way, the 150th goal at the Camp Nou for Lionel Messi in front of his home supporters, but the first one he scored here in La Liga against Real Madrid since 2008.
Well, that's a long time for him, and he'd be welcome to put them back on level terms. Real Madrid kicking themselves though, 31 minutes gone, Rob, and that's their first real chance for Barcelona, and they scored it. Real Madrid's had 3 or 4 chances and should have been, I think, at least 2 or 3-0 up.
Iker Casillas. 1-1, 2 goals in side 8 minutes. We think there'll be a lot more. I don't know if it was Mourinho mind games, but in the press briefing, he said he'd settle for a draw here.
I'm sure he would. I think he'd prefer a win, though.
Well, he's drawn on the 4 visits to the Camp Nou. He's only been victorious 1 of the 11 trips here. Off the ball collision. It was Ronaldo that went to ground. Oh, double step over from Ronaldo. And Mascherano goes in. The referee maybe saw that as a studs raised kind of tackle. He got the ball, didn't he?
Yeah. The thing is, you have to be careful now that you don't take tackling out of the game. There's the step over. Well, it's two-footed. He's gone in two-footed challenge, but he's won the ball.
High line from Barcelona. Alonso. There's Marcelo. Narbla to Di Maria. The ball had gone out of play. What we're hearing, Jerry, by the way, from down at touchline level from Guillem Balaguer, who has his ear to the ground on these kind of things, and we always believe everything he tells us, is that apparently there isn't necessarily an injury to Alves, and it was a tactical change.
I can't see how it's tactical, in the sense that Dani Alves is a more experienced player than Montoya. Well, that's a strange one.
It's the message we're getting from Guillem, and that really would be very brave management from Tito Villanova. Here is Montoya, who replaced Alves. Iniesta. Lovely layoff. Iniesta again. Behind you was the cry. Khedira's tackle was good. A lot of appreciation from the referee. Now Fabregas. Pedro. He's been a dominant figure. Fabregas. Easily cut out by Khedira. Now Marcelo. Pedro again. Barcelona beginning to take control of the game. But that could be part of the Mourinho plan. He does like his team to absorb and then to attack with the wonderful speed they have with the likes of Ozil and Di Maria and Ronaldo.
I totally agree. I feel that they are so dangerous on the counter-attack, Real Madrid. They've got lots of pace in the flanks, and certainly Benzema's no slouch as well up front. Good skills.
Oh, slight of foot from Busquets is brilliant. Xavi. Seems like he's taking his turn at centre-half. Adriano. It's like a five-a-side game sometimes at Barcelona, isn't it? Where nobody wants to play in goal and you all have to take a 10-minute turn. Well, at Barca, everybody has to take a 10-minute turn at centre-half.
Some of the football's fantastic, though. Shame about the final ball, though. It's let them down. Both sides has let down in this first 35 minutes. This is the goal.
Now, slight lapse in concentration. They gave Ronaldo a yard and he gave Real Madrid a goal. And at the other end, they gave Messi a yard. And he gave Barcelona the equaliser.
Certainly was a mistake from Pepe. He's jumped far too early. He's not happy. Cristiano, the equaliser, but they should have been 2 or 3-0 up. I think they had great chances. And we can see this Barcelona defence is vulnerable.
Villanova, who was a player who never fully made the grade, I suppose, like Jose Mourinho on the opposing bench. But has learned his trade in the B team with Pep Guardiola. He was never a yes man. He was always a sounding board for Guardiola. But now he has the big job. Pedro. Montoya overlaps. I suppose with Montoya on now and Alves off, Jerry, that means 9 of the starting, or 9 of the current 11 on the field for Barcelona have been bred by the club.
Well, that's one of the policies they're very good at.
Xavi, away by Ramos. Wonderful take by Benzema.
Oh, just again robbed that final pass. I like the acquisition of Jordi Alba, though. He's very good attacking left back, if you want to call him a left back. He's more like a wing back, isn't he? Is that a shoot descent? Yeah. It looked like it.
The referee's had an excellent game. He's kept the egos in check.
He's gone down very easy, hasn't he, Rob? I know there was contact there, but he's really made the most of it, hasn't he, Rob?
It was a clash, wasn't it, between the Spanish international left back and the Spanish international right back. Different wings of the party. Alonso. It's interesting to read all of the plaudits in the Premier League for the Spanish midfielders. Cazorla, Michu, Mata. All had a brilliant season, but none of them get a look in the Spanish national team, really, with Xavi, Busquets, Iniesta.
And that's the
and
quality.
Alonso on the other side, and Fabregas.
That's the quality you're looking at.
There's Montoya. Looking for Pedro. Ramos comes across. He's had a fantastic game at centre-back for Real Madrid. And he's taken a blow to the thigh.
He's been caught. It's high. It's going to be a yellow card. Pedro.
A raised foot, a raised yellow card. Rather dramatic way of showing it to Pedro.
Well,
his eyes were fixed on the ball.
I agree, and that's the first thing I looked for. He was looking at the ball. I think it's a genuine accident, but it's a high foot, and I think the referee's right to.
There's the counter for the prosecution.
Card. Yep.
The Pedro player was very much a late developer. When Pep Guardiola took over, he admitted that the technical report on him said sell.
Yes, that's right. But Guardiola didn't want to sell him.
Well, he knew him well from the B team. Gave him his chance, and the young man from the Canary Islands is a recognised star at the Camp Nou. There's Busquets. Five minutes remaining in a fantastic first half. Little to choose between the teams. The strong mentality and excellent organisation of Real Madrid.
It's a decent ball.
There's Benzema. Trying to shake off Adriano. Khedira. Ozil. Ozil trying to slip it through, but good reading by Fabregas.
Body language doesn't look good for me from Mesut Ozil. He's still not playing to the level he was at last season.
Well, they have replacements. Kaká, Essien and Modric if they choose to replace him. Alba's just going to have to watch his temper. I'm sure that Villanova and the lieutenants are going to have a word with him and tell him just to keep his cool. A couple of overzealous challenges.
He's gone down really easy though, Di Maria. We know him from the past, and any sort of contact whatsoever, he will go down.
Straight from Busquets to Xavi. Such a familiarity about the Barcelona midfield players. They could probably find each other if the floodlights went out, as of course they did for Real Madrid 2 Sundays ago at Rayo Vallecano. Mascherano, unflustered.
That was sabotage though, Rob, wasn't it?
Marcelo. Ramos. Firing the ball at Di Maria. Perfect first touch. Weaves inside, but Xavi's there. Feeds Messi. Messi stopped in his tracks by Pepe. Benzema. Ronaldo. This control has been a little spate of that. Xavi rode the challenge by Xavi Alonso. And their old pals, the referee having none of that, and now Alonso goes into the referee's little black book.
I think that's for 2 or 3 little niggles. I think that's why Xavi's got that yellow card. He's caught the standing leg, and Xavi Hernandez does well to stay on his feet.
By Classico standards, he's good clean fun. Only 17 fouls, 2 yellow cards so far.
The interesting thing is, it's the away side who's had the fewer fouls. That's a mistake as well. Just a few little sloppy passes, and Real Madrid looking to pounce.
Busquets. Albert doesn't have a lot of support. Stops in his tracks, puts it into the path of Iniesta, but good defending once more by Real. We approach the final minute of the first half. Alonso's there. Ozil drives out of defence, but gives it away rather cheaply to Busquets. Pedro. Xavi. Now Messi. Catch me if you can. Little swivel of the hips, and Ozil completely the wrong way. And then a mistimed challenge in retribution. Xavi wants to, well, shall I say, Messi wants to take the free kick quickly, but the referee is slowing things down to his pace. He wants control of the game.
There's a wee needle coming into it now, though, Rob. Maybe it's just as well we're coming up to half-time. There's quite a few of the players are starting to get wound up. And I didn't think that was that bad a challenge from Mesut Ozil. He looked like he made a half-decent challenge for me, but the referee is giving free kicks for everything. I think that's spoiling it to a certain extent. There it is.
Yeah, it was thigh to thigh, wasn't it? I mean, to be fair to the referee, he was about 6 yards away. Now into stoppage time in the first half. Fans frustrated that Barcelona were not more direct in their approach to that free kick. Ronaldo. They enjoyed that. If it is a pantomime, he's the baddie. Usual scorers, Messi and Ronaldo, 1-1. Final throws of the first half. Pepe heads away to Xavi, tries to play it over the top. Ramos takes control. At times, even in a game like this, you've just got to put your foot through the ball, and the referee signals just a minute of additional time and some respite. The players head down the tunnel. There needs to be wise words from both managers. Lionel Messi getting himself on the score sheet after Cristiano Ronaldo had given Real Madrid the lead. Neither spectacular goals, both scrappy goals. Half-time, it's 1-1.
Yes, we touched on a shaky Barca defence before the game, and there's definitely been some issues at the back for Villanova's men in what has been a fascinating first half.
Welcome back to Stars on Sunday. Two biggest stars in world football, Messi and Ronaldo, have both scored in this game. And some of the greatest players ever to be seen in the shirts of Barcelona and Real Madrid do battle again. Real making a sharp start to the second half here. Ronaldo trying to get it into Benzema. Now Ozil. Ooh, it's a big decision for the referee to have to make there. He thought long and hard about it. Stared at the situation. And maybe Ozil didn't protest enough. Here goes Messi. Leaves 2 for dead. Shakes off Pepe, plays it right across. Brilliant defending from Arbeloa.
What a run from Messi that was, Rob. Unbelievable stuff. End to end. Ronaldo at one end and then Messi at the other. But it's not all about those two players. I look at the midfield with Xavi Hernandez and Iniesta, Cesc Fabregas. You know, there's so much quality, world-class midfield players.
At times, an arctic defending as well. Iniesta to Busquets to Messi. You get the impression that Villanova said, let's get Messi into the game a little bit more. He's had more touches in the opening minute and a half of the second half than he did pretty much all the first. As the ball is driven across, it takes a deflection. It was a heart-in-mouth moment for Pepe.
It certainly was. Oh, was that a handball?
It may have hit, well, it certainly rolled down, and I think it did hit his hand, but was it intentional?
The referee thinks so, but he hasn't booked him. Let's have a look, see. Oh, he's got fortunate. Oh, it's clumsy. He doesn't actually get the ball, though. You can see he's...
What is Spanish, Jerry, for seeing them given?
I have seen them given for a lot less than that.
Ozil didn't protest for too long. It's an incident which will, I'm sure, just wash away. It's an almighty distance. I'm sure too far for Alonso to have a shot at goal. Incredibly high line held by Barcelona. Di Maria curls the ball in, head thrown at it by Fabregas. Ramos. Barcelona were convinced he was coming back from an offside position then. Officialdom says otherwise. Arbeloa. Cleverly out of defence by Alvaro Arbeloa, one of the first names on the Real Madrid team sheet every week. Maybe it doesn't get the huge billing of the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and Benzema and Alonso, but such a consistent player, the former Liverpool man. Ozil. Taken care of by the young Montoya who came on in the first half, but Ozil clips it across, just over the head of Khedira. Retrieved by Di Maria, and Adriano in the way.
Well, that's a good start the second half, I think, for Real Madrid. They've looked very positive here. Great turn from Mesut Ozil. A clever little Cruyff turning the ball to the far post was not bad.
Pepe puts in the cross. Headed by Mascherano. Fabregas. Real Madrid aiming to win back-to-back at the Camp Nou. If they did so, it would be the first time since 1964 and 1965. They've never done it in my lifetime.
Nope. What are you looking at me for?
See what it was like back then, Jerry. Casillas. Skies one. They may have the two joint leading scorers in the Spanish league, but when it comes to goals conceded, the two keepers are, I think, joint fourth in the list now.
It's a great run from Sami Khedira. It wasn't a great pass from him, though.
Montoya. Xavi. Iniesta. Jordi Alba. As if we need to identify these players. Mascherano. There's a bump off the ball. Fabregas went down. The referee says, get back on with the game. Skills from Pedro. Good clearance from Pepe. Busquets will be the bravest in there. Alonso went flying in. The referee said both feet were raised.
Well, he's kept the game flowing better, I think, in the second half. Rob, not given some of the silly free kicks. This is great stuff.
It's a fantastic ball. Jordi Alba is free. Doesn't have a lot of support. He tried to put it back. Alba again. To Iniesta. Couldn't shake off Arbeloa, and Pepe flew in there, and the referee gives the free kick. It would be 1 footstep outside of the penalty area, and if it had given it had it been inside.
Well, he's trying to say he's dived. Andres Iniesta had a wry smile on his face.
It was inside.
It was inside, definitely. But does he touch him? Well, he pulls his leg out. He's a split second late, and again, I've seen them given for a lot less.
Well, he's given just the corner, Jerry. Through us both. Well, there's been a legitimate call at both ends of the field for a penalty. Xavi. Iniesta, showing no signs of rustiness after his 5 games out of the starting 11. Busquets. Jordi Alba. Barcelona regaining possession of the ball. Look at the way that Real have set themselves up, just happy to sit back, to absorb, let Barcelona have it and wait for the one loose pass. And then their viperish ability to counter-attack. Arbeloa.
There's trouble.
First second half sighting of Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, and he was clipped by Busquets. He knew exactly what he was doing, and we know what's coming next.
Yeah.
Occupational hazard sometimes for Sergi Busquets.
Do you know, the thing is, Rob, do you remember when he was pulling the shirt in the first half and he didn't book him for that, but he gave the free kick, and he's had a couple of attempts now and he's fortunate. Well, that's not a second yellow card, but it's a good position for a strike. Well, I think he might be tempted to have a go at this one.
Cristiano Ronaldo with that theatrical build-up. The referee says no, I'm not happy. Take another step back. I'm the governor in these parts, and Ronaldo will have to start his routine all over again. Can he blast a hole in the wall? No, he can't. He actually have hit his own player Pepe, who was there to create a diversion. Which way will this game sway? Well, the bookies before the game had a very generous 3-1 on Real Madrid winning. There's an even more generous odds on both Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo scoring, 4-1. I think a few people have cleaned up on that one. Brilliant by Iniesta. Lays it off to Pedro. Xavi goes wide to Montoya. Iniesta always available. Another strong tackle, and well, the referee's changed his tack in the second half, and as you say, Jerry, a little bit critical in the first 5 or the last 5 minutes of the first half, saying that he was over fussy. In the second half, he's letting the play flow.
Yeah, and it's good for the game. The game's actually flowed a lot better. Some of the challenges and some of the free kicks were poor in my opinion, but we've got a real game on our hands here. End-to-end stuff. Both sides are creating opportunities, but I think Real Madrid look very dangerous on the counter-attack.
Iniesta. 10 minutes have just passed by in the second half. 1-1. You're just joining us. Where have you been? Lionel Messi. Xavi. Fabregas bounces off Sergio Ramos. Xavi. Messi. Patient from Fabregas. Wasted cross, and Casillas is able to see it fly past him.
Tell you what, it wasn't a bad ball though, driven in with pace, just inside the 6-yard box. Anybody wants to gamble on that? And the methodical build-up from Barcelona, a push and run. There's lots to be admired as we see getting booked. Sami Khedira.
Just checking with Guillem to see what happened down there, if there's a word out of place. There's Alonso to Cristiano Ronaldo. Draws the rookie Montoya and bypasses him. It's like a Porsche in the fast lane going past the Mini. Benzema. Not a great layoff, not a great clearance from Adriano. Pinball defending.
Well, the little man's done well, hasn't he? Good ball.
Yes, Mascherano. Excellent defending by the Argentinian. Xavi. Now Fabregas. Barcelona with, as you say, Jerry, greater possession of the ball, but Real Madrid looking more dangerous when they have use of it.
Yeah, they look better organised as well at the back, you know, and I think Real Madrid certainly will regret the chances they've missed in the first half, as it's 1-1 now.
Fabregas to Messi. Messi. Caught by Alonso, who was booked in the first half. Now this is a big decision by the referee. Well, he's got over and had a word with Pepe. Was that not a bookable offence, Jerry, if he's given a free kick?
That's like I said in the first half, the shirt pulling of Busquets, and well, that's a free kick definitely. He's not got the ball, Xavi Alonso. He doesn't get the ball, he gets Messi. I don't think it's a yellow card though. I don't think it's a yellow card. It's definitely a free kick.
Messi thought it was a yellow card, Jerry.
Knowing that he's got one yellow card.
The referee keeps it to 11 aside. I'm sure it crossed his mind as soon as he realised that the player committing the offence was Alonso.
Well, it's a striking range for Xavi Hernandez or Messi.
Once more, the referee making great play of getting the ball 10 paces back. It's Messi.
Oh, what
it's
a goal.
Magnificent. You are watching possibly the greatest footballer ever at the absolute peak of his powers. Cometh the hour, cometh the man like no other.
That's a fair distance out against a world-class goalkeeper, Rob. That is some strike. What a goal this is from Lionel Messi. My goodness, and is he enjoying that? I think he'd rather have had the free kick and take the penalty than see Xabi Alonso sent off. Have a look at it, technique, up over the wall, pace on it, no chance for Casillas. He's got spin on it. He's got everything right. The wall jumps as well. Unbelievable. This little man just gets better and better.
I used to say bend it like Beckham, manoeuvre it like Messi.
Score them like Messi.
Well, the reaction from Mourinho is to change his strikers. Higuain comes on for Benzema.
Benzema's missed a couple of good chances in the first half. Chances I'm sure Gonzalo Higuain would have gobbled up. But now they're 2-1 down. And it's comeback time, is it? Or are they going to just give up?
Last man to score a hat-trick in the Clásico, Lionel Messi. Xavi. One player down there will be green with envy. Ronaldo. He will not want Messi to steal his show. He'll feel that this could be the casting vote when it comes to the World and European Player of the Year for 2012.
Well, these are the games that are defining for me. You've got, I think, probably the two best teams in the world. And the talent is unbelievable.
Xavi. Barcelona going for the killer goal. We talked about the perfect free kick. That was the perfect tackle from Ramos. Higuain bumps into Busquets. There was a foul, and if Mourinho say go in there and throw your weight around a little bit, Gonzalo. Well, Pepe's getting involved. Clearly his anger management lessons are not working. There is the picture of calm.
It's definitely a free kick, you can see that. That's a great challenge from Sergio Ramos. He has to get that one right on Pedro. Pedro's appealing for it though. I saw him booked for diving last week.
Another change on the quiet by Barcelona. Alexis comes on for Cesc Fabregas. Looks rather disappointed. He's had a quiet game.
Well, it's the pace of Alexis now, who's not been scoring as many goals as you expect this season. He's only got the one, Rob, but the Chilean flam machine is a real threat, and I think he will hurt Real Madrid on the counter-attack.
Well, he has scored 2 goals in his last 2 matches against Real Madrid. Including last season in this fixture, the 2-1 defeat. Both games, you may remember, last year were won by the away side. Most notably, towards the end of the season, 4 games to go. Real won here to go 7 points ahead of Barcelona. There's no way back then. Barca win tonight, then they go on to 21 points. Would be an 11-point gap between themselves and Mourinho's men.
Well, I don't think they could make that up, Rob. I would say it would be too much, but
there's
here's
a long
chance.
way to go, Jerry. This is Ozil leading the charge. In the way is Mascherano. Corner, Real Madrid. You know they're going to come fighting back. You know it's going to go until the final minutes of the game.
It'll be in the end stuff. It's who takes the chances, who takes their chance the best. And Barcelona's only created 2 or 3, and they've managed to put 2 of them in the net. Real Madrid haven't taken their chances.
Ronaldo. Now that would have been the ultimate goal. If he scores in this, he wants to outdo Messi, doesn't he?
I think he's
the problem is, I think he's landed on his shoulder. He's okay. Concern from the Real Madrid, shall I say, from the Barcelona defenders around him. They, of course, have in the back of their mind Puyol's horrific injury. As you see, perfection again.
The wall's jumping. These lads are all jumping. He's got that up and over and dipping and curling away. Everything about it is just brilliant. But then that's what we expect of Lionel Messi. He is the best in the world for me.
There's Ozil onside. Chance for an equaliser. Expertly taken. It's now Messi 2, Cristiano Ronaldo 2.
Well, this is turning out to be a real show. And like I said, Rob, take your chances. You give them to Ronaldo like that and he will score them. You can be sure. But the defence is left wide open. Once again, poor defending from Barcelona's point of view. And you don't leave Ronaldo on a one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
One slight slip in concentration and he punishes him. He's doing it through the pain barrier as well. I think he generally has sprung his shoulder, but look at that for timing.
That's Adriano plays him on.
Adriano, the rookie centre-half, the makeshift centre-half, was caught out. And he always tucks them away from there.
Yeah, Adriano dropped off and the other stepped up as Ronaldo sprung the trap, and that's what can happen. And again, it's back to 2-2, and it's a fabulous game. It's the type of football you want to see. You want to see teams that play attractive, attacking football, whether they're home or away, and both these sides have got talent.
Well, it's possibly the greatest collection of Real Madrid and Barcelona players we've ever had on the field at one time. The record-breaking Real Madrid team. Mourinho the general. Cristiano Ronaldo firing the shots against this rightly lauded Barcelona side.
Well, everybody who was anybody told me they were expecting goals, and I'm the same. I was expecting goals tonight, and we've got them, but we're going to get a winner now.
Ozil flips it over the top. Di Maria. We know he wants it on his left foot. So do Barcelona. They keep him off that. Below hits and hopes. Another air kick. Ronaldo seeking his hat-trick. Barcelona putting bodies in the way. One back by Khedira. Now Ronaldo's down on the floor and he's clutching his shoulder in great pain. He had an injury in the closing minutes of the Champions League game in midweek. And I think for once he's seeking attention rather than attention seeking.
I think you're right, Rob. He certainly looks to have done something.
This is where he did the damage, where he tried the escape to victory. Yeah.
We saw an awful injury to Carlos Puyol on Tuesday night, Rob, in the game against Benfica.
Oh, it was sickening, wasn't it?
It was awful. And Ronaldo looks as if he's got a problem with that left shoulder.
Didn't Pelé play on in the film with a sprung shoulder with his arm in a sling, Jerry?
Maybe that's what he's wanting to do, go off, get the sling put on and then come back on and perfect the bicycle kick.
Nobody could write the script for this one, believe me. 3 quarters of a fantastic game gone. Iniesta. Messi toe-to-toe with Khedira. When he gets a slice of the ball, Messi whips away from him. Now Alba, back to Messi!
It's a chance.
It's a hybrid, wasn't it? Somewhere between a cross and a shot.
It's a chance, great run, super pass. Jordi Alba cuts it back for Messi. I think you're right. I'm not sure if he was looking to go for goal or chip it to the far post, but it has to go down as a chance.
Messi, by the way, 17 goals in Clásicos. The next one equals the all-time record of Di Stefano.
Well, you know he's going to beat those records. He's just beaten every other record since he's been at Barcelona. And he's not as if he's an old player. He's only 25 years of age. He's got a lot of time left.
Alexis. Touched by Pedro. It's a long haul back for Barcelona now. Di Maria taking a gamble down this near side. Remember, the first silverware in Spain of the season was won by Real Madrid on away goals.
Well, there's never too much between these two sides.
Over the years, all competitions, Real have won 88, Barcelona have won 87.
Yeah. Real's won the league 32 times, Barcelona's won it 21.
Mascherano to Busquets. The passing is pretty precise. You can throw all kinds of stats at you, the only one that matters is what the scoreline is. Iniesta. Now Xavi. Can you see? Busquets is the outlet. It's all obvious with the pass put out by Ozil. Will he go the full 90 minutes? It rarely does, and he takes a spectacular tumble.
It's a clever piece of skill to actually wrong foot Sergio Busquets. But his anticipation was good there. Mesut Ozil's anticipated where the pass was going, and he stole it. And still holding that shoulder and neck area, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Of course, he may have to take a break from international duty. Portugal got again, Jerry, in the international break again.
Well, I'll be there. It's in Porto, isn't it? Northern Ireland play Portugal and Porto.
I'm sure you'd be telling him to take a break then.
Yeah. Certainly be a plus for Northern Ireland if he wasn't playing. Let's put it like that.
Xavi. Quite often this game goes down to the final few seconds. Half of Barcelona's goals this season, by the way, have been scored in the final 15 minutes of matches. 13 of the 26 goals.
I haven't seen too much from him since he's come on, Alexis.
Supporters raise their voices.
This is trouble.
Iniesta, blocked by Arbeloa. Falls to Lionel Messi. Now to Iniesta, right across goal, and Marcelo has to be very careful.
It's good play, good defending as well from Real Madrid. Good cover at the far post from that little man, Marcelo. Wonderful play from Messi, slides it in. And it's drilled across by Andres Iniesta.
Is it 20 past 8 UK time? Imagine if these schoolchildren have been told it's their bedtime. I think if you're a parent, let them stay up. This is a treat. Alonso heads away. Mascherano. Real Madrid trying to put up roadblocks. Messi, now from Busquets. Fanciful flick for Iniesta. Alonso comes flying in, falls to Messi. Twists and turns, 180 degrees twice. Free kick, and we know what happened last time he got a free kick in this periphery.
Well, they're still arguing that the ball was won fairly, and the referee doesn't see it that way. And it's not more as central, but certainly still a dangerous position for Real Madrid to defend. Messi and Xavi, the normal two on these set plays. But is it going to be a cross or is it going to be a shot?
I would put my money on a shot, Jerry.
Well, he's on a hat-trick, isn't he?
He wants to take that ball home with him. It's like a Christmas cracker between Messi and Ronaldo. It's mine, it's yours, it's mine, it's yours.
Well, they keep pushing the bar higher and higher every season.
It's a slight angle, and that will favour Messi. Looking for his hat-trick. And Casillas can breathe again.
Well, the little genius couldn't hit the target this time. There's the pass from Mesut Ozil. There's the goal from Cristiano Ronaldo.
And there's the reaction from Jose Mourinho.
Oh,
And there's the save from Valdez. Brilliant block. Beaten at the near post, of course, for the first Real Madrid goal. A very harsh lesson learned. Alexis. Some coaches will tell you not to dribble the ball inside your own 18-yard box. They tend not to tell that players at Barcelona. It's a different philosophy. Busquets. Fans inch to the edge of the seats because Messi's got the ball. Now Iniesta. On the blind side, here's Alexis. Lovely little backflip, but he's no. Wonderful defending by Real Madrid, and now they counter-attack Ozil. Wonderful sprint from him. It's a lung-busting game of football.
That was a waste, wasn't it?
Even the referee has left it, but he regains it. His head must be spinning around.
He's trying to get out of the way. The referee's gone on the way twice.
Pepe flies in. He hasn't been booked yet. He generally is in this game.
I think he accepts his punishment, knows that it's high, and he has to accept that it's a yellow card.
That's 7 yellow cards in a row against Barcelona for Pepe.
He's consistent, if nothing else.
You don't have a bet on him getting a yellow card, you just bet on the minute. Xavi. It's Iniesta. The pass was on to Messi, but Arbeloa had seen the pass as well. Ronaldo. Now Marcelo. Anticipated by Alba. Alexis. Arbeloa was making sure that Alexis was going nowhere, just stood in his path. Iniesta, teaser there for Alba. Not the best of clearances, but that's a fantastic tackle. There was an offside in there anyway.
You have to give credit to Di Maria, though, for working back, Rob. That's something he does really well. He tracks back. And there's the offside.
Just, well, he was offside.
Caught in that challenge as well.
There's a few batters and bruised bodies out there. To win El Gran Clasico, you have to play through the pain barrier. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if Tito Villanova actually to take Puyol aside and tell him he wasn't playing tonight despite that horrific injury in midweek. I'm told that he had minor treatment at the hospital in Lisbon, boarded the plane with the team and then continued his treatment when he got home.
Well, it's going to be a long layoff. I think 6 to 8 weeks is what they're talking about, Rob.
They're talking of 5 today. The referee didn't see. I don't think it was a handball there. The change for Real Madrid. It's going to be Kaká who's coming on, and not unsurprisingly, Ozil is the player who was taken off.
Well, he's had his moments, I'll tell you. Certainly the pass for Ronaldo's equaliser was important, and Kaká has been playing really well. I watched him midweek against Ajax. I thought he had a fabulous game, and I'm not surprised he's coming on. Is he going to be a winner, though?
It's a little like the David Beckham story, isn't it? When he was at Real Madrid, they cast him aside. Didn't think he was going to play for the club again. Kaká was available for transfer, but there were no takers before the transfer window shut. So Mourinho said, we're paying him the wages, we'll make the most of him. And he's worked his way back into the side. The UEFA and FIFA Player of the Year from 2007. Of course, the second costliest player in the world when he came to the club. Arbeloa takes a lump out of Iniesta. Alexis. Iniesta. Mascherano. Pedro to Messi. Will he get his second Clasico hat-trick? Will Cristiano Ronaldo get his third hat-trick of the week?
It's delicately poised now. Barcelona, we expect to have that possession. They're patient, they're looking for angles, they're looking for runs.
Pepe just helps it back. Well, he hoped to Casillas, but I suppose a safety first header.
Well, if you're not sure, you do what he's done. He's got a head on it. That's the right thing to do. It's a corner kick to defend for Real Madrid.
Ball flown in, easy and challenged header for Xabi Alonso. Messi. Messi moves through the gears again. On to Alexis.
It's a shame.
That's 3 times he's been offside since his introduction.
It's a shame, Rob, because he's so fast and he doesn't need to go early. And do you know what, Messi? Well, it's March, it's tight.
He's leaning offside,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's tight, but Messi's pass was almost inch perfect. But less weight on it, he would have been in.
Will it be a hat-trick hero? Will it be Messi? Will it be Ronaldo? We've never had 2 players score hat-tricks in a Liga Clasico before. Was of course 3-2 when these sides met here previously in the season, and he takes a heavy landing on that sprung shoulder again, Cristiano Ronaldo.
He's big and strong. He can get past Montoya quite easily. There's a little bit extra cover there, but he's through Montoya, and then he's Mascherano is blocking his way, and you're right, he's still holding that shoulder.
I'm sure his adrenaline will carry him through the final 6 minutes of the game. Alonso teases the ball.
Oh my goodness.
He had a big chance there, Higuain, if not to shoot at goal, to hit it back into the 6-yard box.
Well, what was he trying to do? He didn't seem to do anything. He just stuck a leg out. What a good chance that was, far post, and they're not great defending on set plays.
Some, of course, have cruelly called him a diva in Spain. Well, he was a proper diva in a Barcelona shirt last night. Lady Gaga was in town.
I was going to say, we were going Gaga last night, weren't they, in Barcelona?
Here's Kaká to Ronaldo. Khedira. Come down to conditioning and fitness now, the final 5. No chances are taken by either coach. Mourinho decided that his players could travel on the day of the game today. They made the less than a 400-mile journey by plane from the capital to Catalonia. Tito Villanova broke with tradition and had his players stay in a local hotel last night. Higuain's cross takes a deflection. Adriano's delighted it flew away from his own goal. Here's a big chance. It's Messi. Just slightly too far ahead of Pedro. We'll have 6 defenders back. Pedro's legs gave way. Well, the fans on the far side were pleading for a penalty, but I think it's just fatigue.
It was a good challenge from Kaká. There are a lot of players backpedaling, and it's running from end to end. Are we going to get another clear-cut chance? That's too far for Alexis. Oh, just zipped off the surface.
were considering the change then. They were going to bring on Michael Essien, who's on loan, of course, from Chelsea. And they just loaded his number into the fourth assistant's board. And then Mourinho decided he wanted some final instructions for Michael Essien. So they hold the change for now. Does that give you an insight, Jerry, into his thinking?
Well, I think he's hoping that the watch will be wound down a wee bit more.
Xabi Alonso was tiptoeing on the disciplinary tight line before. I think he's now hopping on one foot on that tightrope. Didn't catch him, already been booked. Alexis gave it a couple of rolls, and the final change is made. Essien comes on for Di Maria. Real get the point. They'll be on 11. Barcelona on 19. Still an 8-point gap between the two, but maybe at this stage of the season, Mourinho will settle for that. Alexis sees up Iniesta through the legs of Alonso. Back to Xavi. Panic stations in the Real defence. Casillas didn't so much as see that one as hear it crash off the bar behind him, and it would have been most unlikely of heroes. Montoya.
Superb play though, great play at this late stage of the game. That would have been the winner.
It's Barcelona with a minute and a half to go, who are chasing the winning goal here. It appears that Real are happy to absorb. Higuain back as the extra defender. Kaká. Now Marcelo. Alonso, neat feet. Arbeloa. Brilliantly taken out of the air by Jordi Alba. Nobody of the same mind is leaving the stadium early. Lionel Messi, crunched by Arbeloa.
Well, he knew exactly what he had to do, didn't he? Arbeloa could not afford to let him run one-on-one against Pepe, who's already booked. And Arbeloa gets him from behind.
It was an evil, but a necessary evil.
Well, this is the strike coming up. Good effort from Montoya, really was a super effort.
If he scored the winning goal, it'd be the one face of all of the players that would actually need a caption, because he's possibly the least recognised of the superstars out there. Been at the club since 9 years of age. Coming on for Dani Alves in the first half. Final couple of seconds trickle away.
Still a bit of doubt about Dani Alves' future as well at the club.
Well, you would think that this would favour the right foot of Xavi.
Yep, over the wall.
But Messi's on a hat-trick. It's Xavi, it's into the wall rather than over.
The wall's done its job.
I sense at home a mass biting of nails from Madristas. Iniesta. Xavi. Messi. Patient game being played here. 3 additional minutes. Just enough time for somebody to get the winning goal. Home supporters getting a little restless, losing their patience. They want the winner so much it really does hurt.
Well done
from Kaká.
He's put his effort in since he's come on the park, Rob. We haven't seen too much of him at the other end. Oh, here's Iniesta.
Iniesta firing it at Alexis. Another Barcelona throw. They continue to chip away at the Real Madrid psyche. Messi. Xavi threads it through, takes a deflection. Pepe claiming it was a handball.
Well, they're finishing strong, Barcelona. They've created a few chances. But it doesn't look like they're going to get a winner with 1 minute to go.
They left it late last week, didn't they, against Sevilla?
Well, that was an incredible result, and credit to Tito Villanova. Substituting the fullbacks and putting on strikers when you're 2-0 down and winning it 3-2 in the final minutes. That was something else. But I don't think there deserves to be a loser here today. Both sides have played fantastic football, and I think a draw is probably a fair result, Rob.
Already one final sting in the tail. Iniesta threads it through. Look at this for a dart. Steadies himself, but way off target by Pedro. Somehow he found the extra energy then, but he couldn't find the extra accuracy.
Yeah, he's coming inside on his left foot. He's looking to bend it into the far corner. Great ball from Andres Iniesta, and he gets inside, left foot, looking to bend it in, and wide of the target.
Well, the final whistle brings peace to these two teams. You can't separate Messi and Ronaldo. Everybody has an opinion on who is the best at this moment in time. And tonight, well, they both take dual billing. Messi scores 2, Cristiano Ronaldo scores 2, and little between the two teams on the night. Still, of course, in La Liga, there's an 8-point difference between the reigning champions, Real Madrid, and Barcelona. Maybe Cristiano Ronaldo, Jerry's going to have to take a break from the international scene and your Northern Ireland this week. It's been a great game. It has been a classic Clásico, and it's finished 2-2.
Yes, what a fantastic game of football. Tactically and technically brilliant. Both won't be unhappy with the result, although both having chances to win. Real probably the stronger in the first half, Barca in the second. You can see why these two are not the only big two in Spain, but also the main favourites for the Champions League. Thanking the fans, and rightly so. I'm sure both sets of fans will be delighted with what they've seen so far.